My people, it's about that time.
Like a boss.
Live from the USA, hoping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Today we are looking at a live Bitcoin price update, as well as discussing the current conundrum on the blockchain between China and Bitcoin. Rumors is that China may ban cryptocurrency trading yet again, and the markets may be adversely affected as a result. So if this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK, also known as the Crypto Trader, and I'm the boss of these charts, as you'll soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice is another day you get to profit as a result, and today is no exception. So if you haven't done it already, make sure you smash that like button. Subscribe if you want to learn how to make some money in the markets. Come on in. The doors are always open. So let's go ahead and make this money. So China versus Bitcoin. Right now, I want to take a step back and look at the different events when China actually did ban cryptocurrency. Like, this is not the first time. It's almost like that meme with Jack Sparrow and his neck is in the news, and he look at the other guy and he's like, oh, it's your first time? You know, like, we gonna get out of this one way or the other, you know, just wait, you know, and have a little bit of faith. But, you know, China is definitely one of the largest economies in the world. So when their government acts or even insinuates an action, the markets do indeed respond. But as I said, this is not the first time, you know, the great state that is China has adversely affected the markets. This was back in 17. This was published by Washington St. Louis back in 2019, and they talked about China had to, quote, ban cryptocurrency, but the U.S. did not. We'll get more of that in a minute. But right here, you start to see when did they actually ban crypto? Right here. In a nutshell, China explicitly banned any exchange or financing activity between fiat and, quote, coin substitution in 2017. So that was the first time. You know, the great red panda said, no crypto. You better not trade Bitcoin, right? Second time came in 2021. This is China's top regulators banned crypto trading and mining. They said too many people getting rich in the communist states. Can't have that. What happened again in 2025? Here we are once again, and they haven't specifically banned it, but it's like even with both of these events, it's like they would talk about it, and next thing you know, boom, it happens. You know, it's like they have to actually get their regulators in place and the enforcers to where if you explicitly break the law once they announce it and you've had 2 or 3 months to know that they were going to announce it, then it's time to go to jail, right? So this is an ongoing epilogue between one of the largest macroeconomies in the world and the greatest financial innovation bestowed upon humanity. And it's just a never-ending story. It's like government will never save you from government. But Bitcoin has a pretty good chance. You know what I'm saying? You get enough of it, you might be able to start your own one day. And that's what I wanted to get into in this video. Like, this is the opportunity. Therein lies the opportunity. BTC to the USD on a 343. This is a very, very, very old chart. They keep reloading it. So we're going to close that up. This is on a 343-minute candle. Right now, we go zoom into this last section of the chart. And again, I use 3 simple moving averages, harmonic trading sequence. If you want to learn how to trade, just again, subscribe to this channel. I will be releasing more content specifically describing this methodology, how you can get set up with it, and how you can learn to make money in the markets. I've changed my life with this insight and expertise in the financial markets, and I want to help change yours as well. So in this chart, major intersection right there, that was kind of like the beginning of that first bull run that took us from 50,000 north of 100, came down and broke back out right there. So one thing we learned is when we have two major points of inflection, that's where the energy resonates. We draw our Fibonacci and bam, we see right now all we're doing is we're resonating between the 2-2 and the 2-4. That's kind of like a break period. It's like, that's why they got those two yellow bars there. It's like, as long as you catch there and just kind of vibrate, you have a very, very, very good chance to continue the trend in which you came, and that is to continue going up and to the right. This is a strong indicator for the market for Bitcoin. If you wanted to get a catch basin as how low can Bitcoin go before there's systemic risk to the integrity of this chart, there it goes. As long as it's north of, say, $100,000, which is crazy. I remember doing Bitcoin videos when Bitcoin broke 1,000. You know what I'm saying? When Bitcoin broke 2,000. When Bitcoin broke 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. In fact, I think I was the one who predicted Bitcoin will break 100K this year. That was the only video I think I did in January. If you don't believe me, go back and check. But, you know, and it spoke to me. It was like Bitcoin was like 50, 60,000. But I was like, we got King Bobblehead coming into the Oval Office. He just spoke in Nashville. Bitcoin was like 30, 40,000 when he spoke, double in 3 months. And now we have a situation to where Bitcoin is already more valuable than gold, and now they're talking about making it a strategic reserve. So getting back into this chart again, 100,000 is our catch base, and as long as we're north of this point, you know, we still have a lot of bandwidth in this chart to continue to move higher. You know, all green means go. Like, all signs point to buy Bitcoin. Do not allow the fear and you know, propaganda to allow yourself to get distracted. This has happened time and time and time again with regards to government speaking out, disallowing accessibility to Bitcoin as an asset. But we can't forget, you know what I'm saying? Uncle Sam is the #1 owner in the world for BTC. The United States is the largest known state holder of Bitcoin in the world, and this does not include Satoshi Nakamoto's reserve. For all we know, that's the U.S. too, you know? And they got another million behind the scenes that hasn't even moved yet. But they own 200,000 Bitcoin, right? So they're setting this thing up to be a strategic reserve, to where now the dollar will no longer be based on a military-industrial complex war machine, the petrodollar. How many tanks and how many bombs can we sell? How many gallons of oil can we extract from these impoverished nations with the bombs, the machine guns, and AK-47s that we destroy their government, destroy their way of life, go get the resources, back up the dollar, right? That's been the business model since about 1968, you know. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve is an initiative set forth which will essentially mark Bitcoin as a strategic asset of the United States. Remember, governments print their own money for free. They tax their citizens, and they essentially dictate what will and will not be admissible as societal action, right? I don't think the U.S. is ever going to go as far as outright banning Bitcoin, because, again, hard to call the kettle black. You know what I'm saying? When the writing's on the wall, United States owns 200,000 Bitcoin. So they're not going to be banning it, because that would be a conflict of interest. But therein lies the opportunity. I believe it's a lot of disinterest, it's a lot of fear, it's a lot of uncertainty, it's a lot of doubt. And I've told you since day one, the objective of the game, from now until the day you leave this earth, accumulate as much Bitcoin as fast as possible, right? And that's what we do with the boss method. That's why we trade for BTC, especially when BTC is going up and to the right. That's why this channel will be one of the largest crypto trading communities, because it helps people, it works, and men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Right? And that's all I'm trying to do is show you guys the truth behind these numbers and allow you to change your life as well. So there you go, everybody. That's what I have for you. I do have an opportunity for you to shout out your city. And also, if you want to see a chart in the next video, leave that in the comments. The first one I got on the last video was right here. Can you do from Amanda? Can you do an analysis on Kusama? I haven't seen this one in a while. So this is going to be a very quick and efficient chart, Kusama to the BTC, right? So let's jump into it. And again, if you found this content valuable, if you appreciate the insight I'm giving away, make sure you just engage with the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. It goes a long way to build the algorithm. That's all I'm trying to do at this point. I'm not on here, aggregating views just to make money on advertising. I'm actually trying to help people. So this is an interesting chart. What I had to do was zoom all the way out, right? And this looks like a lot of altcoins. What ranking is this? That's one thing when you look at these charts that just look dead in the water. Like if this thing is still in the top 200, it's hard to bet against it because it can't go any lower. I mean, it can, but it doesn't want. Ooh, what did I say? I called top 200, didn't I? It's like sometimes my mind just know. It's like you know this market, BK. You know the market. So it's in the top 2. So it's a risk, right? And so look, it's like buy low, sell high, right? The market has devalued and suppressed this coin for so long that it's a huge risk. It's probably 10 to 1 that it goes up and breaks out of this trend inside the next year. But again, therein lies the opportunity. So I would say this is a kind of like an exotic hedge, I wouldn't say go and bet the mortgage, bet the house on this thing breaking out and returning 1,000% Bitcoin. Because see, that's what people look at. And remember, this is versus BTC, right? But when you have a dip that far, even this one right here, going back 2 years, that's 400%. 400% Bitcoin in 2 years. You put down 10,000, you pick up 40,000, 45,000, and that's in Bitcoin. So it's multiplying your dollars 20, 30% forever every year. And now you're multiplying your Bitcoin by 4.5. You just wait 2 years for this thing to come back. That's not a bad trade, But then up here is where you start to get crazy. And that's what, I think they're asking about. Is it worth it to jump in on Kusama and wait 5 years for 5,000%, right? That may happen. But again, I think, that's probably 30 to 1, 40 to 1 that happens. So what I'm saying is if you have a portfolio of, say, $100,000 and I just gave you 30 to 1 odds, you probably want less than that percent invested in a speculation such as this. So don't have more than 1 or 2%, for every 100,000 you got in the market. Then sure, yeah, roll the roulette ball and, put a G on Kusama, maybe. It might hit and you might be good for 4,500%. But odds are it's going to take a significant amount of time and a significant amount of money to come back into the market. And when you have jurisdictions openly, one of the largest economies in the world, openly speaking out against crypto, it's hard to immediately benefit. And I'm not looking at the long-term game. Yes, eventually it can get back up there, but I'm looking at what's making money right now. Where can I get the most bang for my buck immediately? And it's not on a chart like this. This is a multi-year suppression trend that has completely killed the inertia inside this market. And even with coins like Doge is being suppressed right now. And that was a very, very strong trend. Even with technologies like Solana, that's literally the future. That's the new Visa. you know, and that chart is struggling right now just to break even, right? So now you got these speculative, you know, bubble coins, 200, 250, 220. It's like anything could happen at any given time. It could jump up 30% or it could squeeze out another 15. You know, 15 can easily be pulled off of this chart. Like even inside since 2025, since the beginning of this year, it's down 60%. And so it can continue to go lower. I'm not going to say that it's at the bottom, buy it now, because no, you have 3 moving averages down and to the right. 1, 2, 3. So the market doesn't have any reason to pull it up higher, right? And even when you do, you got this level and this level that it needs to get through before it has a chance to stand on its own and actually make some money. So while I do like it, you know, it's a long-term speculation. You got probably 30 other coins that look like this. If I thought up one off the top of my head, Dash. And this is a, look, Dash is even flat. So technically Dash is a little bit better because Kusama is still down three down to the right. Dash is looking like it's standing on its own. So if I'm gonna play a coin that's at the bottom, trying to call the bottom, I would stack up on a coin like this, because this is a proof of stake coin. Put you what, $21 right now. If you got 20 G's to spare, you know what I'm saying, get you a Dash Master node and ride it on that, right? I think that would be more interesting of a speculation than just hoping, you know, that inside the next 3 to 6 months, Kusama runs 20 to 30% on Bitcoin when it just lost 65% in the past 6 months. You know, I like the Dash play over Kusama, but there you go. You asked, so I answered. Again, what comes next, whatever insight, whatever chart you would like to see, leave it in the comments. I'm going to do a chart every video and get this community a little bit more engaged, a little bit more activated. We also have Facebook group, YouTube, comments, Discord, the whole nine. I'm rebuilding all that stuff. So stay tuned and look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. So with that being said, everybody, it's that time of the day. Signing out. Boss. Boy BK, no matter where you stay, Brazil to Bay, California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Hit that thumbs up button for a player one time. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.
Like a boss.
Huh?